Hi, it's Dr. Kriss. I want to talk to you about some common questions that I have and explain to you why I think you should consider being a long-term patient. I hear the common stories all the time, like, hey, I'm doing really good. You know, I had a problem for 5 years, debilitating pain, and I get adjusted 3 times and my pain is almost all gone. Well, that's just great. Glad to hear it. Let's celebrate you doing good. We all know that chiropractic care works great for the relief of pain. There have been many studies that go to document that. But there is more too. You know, there's also relief and correction. Just because the bone's off the nerve doesn't mean that you're automatically better. If you think about this, if you hurt for 5 years or whatever, would you really think that in a week or two that your problem's suddenly going to be corrected? You know, it doesn't work that way. Bodies take a long time to heal up. I also hear things like, well, I just don't want to come back. I'm busy. I know life's busy. I know there's things to do, places to go. And the last thing that you want to do maybe is stop in a chiropractor's office out of your busy life. Perfectly understandable. However, you know, your health is important to you. You can replace your car. You can go get a better job that pays for more gasoline. But you can't replace your health many times once it's gone. It is one of your most valuable commodities. It is worth your investment of time, effort, energy. You know, I tell people that going through a course of chiropractic care isn't always easy, but it is certainly worth it in the end. And I also hear people say, well, I don't just believe that I need to come in for whatever reason. Well, you know, the good news about this is that belief really has little to do with chiropractic care. It's not like I'm asking you to join a cult or something like that. All you need to do is to understand what I'm trying to do and work along with the process. Sooner or later, when you feel better, you can understand those things by yourself. But if you quit when you're feeling better, and you're cutting yourself short of your ability to regain your long-term health. Let me show you why I think that's true here. You know, this is a 3-phase chart. This has been around for a long time. The copyright on this is 1997, but I think when Dr. Lloyd first did this chart, it probably goes back way farther than that. But this is probably the most accurate depiction of what happens when people come to get better. You see, when you start care, you get a bone out of place pinching a nerve here, and it hurts really bad. This is no fun. If you think nerve pressure doesn't hurt, go to the dentist and have him stick a pin in your tooth after he drills the cavity out with no pain, with no Novocaine. When the bone's barely off the nerve, this is when you finally start to feel better. There's very little pain here. And yes, there are good days and bad days. I've had some people come in and say, oh, geez, you know, you screwed me up last time. Well, not really. You know, most people get better, worse, better, worse, better, worse, better, worse. Few times do people have a steady response to care. And in correction, what we're trying to do is make a change, and many times you can see on an x-ray. It's not like we're trying to rearrange the scoliosis and straighten up the crowbar. You know, not that. But if you have like a loss, a curve in your neck, or your posture is all slouchy, much of that stuff is correctable. Those are the things they're trying to work in correction. But I also want you to see what happens to the nerve here. We go from pain to no pain, and then from, you know, pressure to less pressure, and then from less pressure to, in theory, no pressure. And it takes a long time for your nerves to heal. They are very complicated. You know, if you have some organic thing like asthma maybe, or some other organic condition, as soon as your pain's gone, those things don't go away. This can take months or years for those things to eventually get to the point where you have a better connection between your brain cell and your tissue cell before finally your body reaches its maximum healing potential. This takes time and patience. The longer you're under our care, the more health that you get. There is really no substitution for it. It just is that way. And finally, remember that everybody's a little different. So if you have a chronic condition, you've been hurting for 30 years, your condition is 30 years old, do you really think that we can adjust you for 6 weeks and you never have to come back anymore? Sorry to lower the boom on you, but yours is a condition where you do need to come back forever, or you can choose to deal with your problem forever. But we find out as most people that start feeling better when they're under long-term care like that, they don't want to go back to hurting anymore. That doesn't mean like I need you to come, it's just your body's already weak and broken down to the point where it's beyond repair. If you're young and strong, your condition is new, and if you have a newer condition, you get adjusted relatively quickly, your chances of needing lifetime care for a condition like that are probably kind of slim. Doesn't mean I don't want you to come every now and then, get checked up. No, sure, why not? It makes my day. I like seeing people, but it doesn't really mean it's necessary. Everybody's a little different. So what we do in our office is we have individualized care. When you come, we have a rubber stamp, you need to do this, and you need, everybody gets the same treatment plan. We actually apply some thought to tell you what we think that you need to do. And your job is to be doing it. Our job is to be responsible chiropractors. Your job is to be responsible patients. So think about what you're doing and ask a lot of questions.